Welcome to the Litany of Catholic Martyrs for August 29th. In a secular world as filled with those who would turn their backs on the Holy One sent by our Creator, we take time today to honor those men, women, and children who joyfully offered themselves as a living sacrifice to Holy Mother Church. As we go about our daily chores, let us bring to mind these martyred men, women, and children with the words of Father John Hardon from the Society of Jesus. Never in the history of the papacy has any bishop of Rome written at greater length about martyrdom than Pope St. John Paul II. In his encyclical, The Gospel of Life, it devotes 1,000 or more words to the call to martyrdom in our modern age. He reminds us that the revelation from the Old Testament to the New, and from the time of Christ to the present day, is the history of martyrdom as a witness to the truth. He names Susanna, who refused to consent to lechery and was ready to die to preserve her chastity. He spoke of John the Baptist, who was beheaded by King Herod because he condemned the adulterous marriage of the king. But he especially identifies Jesus Christ as the King of martyrs, who died on the cross as a witness to the truth which he was sent to proclaim to this world. So the history of courageous practice and profession of the truth has gone on for 20 centuries of Christianity. We commonly speak of the first 300 years of the Christian era as the age of martyrs. Certainly tens of thousands of believing Christians laid down their lives rather than compromise their Christian faith and morality to the pagan culture in which they lived. Every single pope up to the 4th century died a martyr's death. So far from crushing Christianity or destroying the church founded by Christ, martyrdom actually contributed to the growth of a Christian civilization. The phrase sanguis martyrum est semen Christianorum, the blood of martyrs is the seed of Christians, was not some pious aphorism. It was a literal fact of history. The more blood was shed by Christians in dying for the faith, the more Christianity expanded throughout what had been a pagan world. So let's continue with the list today of those who the Church would like us to honor. As always, please pray for the families of those who were martyred on Easter Sunday in Sri Lanka. Today is it's the memorial of the beheading of St. John the Baptist, who was put to death by Herod right around the feast of Easter. However, the solemn commemoration takes place today when his venerable head was found for the second time. It was afterwards solemnly carried to Rome, where it is kept in the church of Saint Sylvester near Campo Marzio, and honored by the people with the greatest of devotion. At Rome, on Mount Aventine, the birthday of Saint Sabina, martyr, under the Emperor Adrian, she was struck with the sword and thus obtained the palm of martyrdom. Also at Rome, Saint Carita, virgin and martyr, whose body was transferred to the Church of St. Praedus by Pope Paschal I. At Antioch, in Syria, the birthday of the holy martyrs Naseus and Paul. At Constantinople, the holy martyrs Hypatius, an Asiatic bishop, and Andrew, a priest, who for the worship of holy images under Leo the Isaurian, after having their beards besmirched with pitch and then set on fire, and the skin of their heads torn off, were finally mercifully beheaded. At Perugia, St. Euthymius, a Roman, who fled from the persecution of Diocletian with his wife and his sons Crescentius, and there rested in the Lord. At Mentz, Saint Adelphus, bishop and confessor. At Paris, the demise of Saint Mary, priest. In England, Saint Sabai, king. At Smyrna, the birthday of Saint Basila, and finally, in the vicinity of Troyes, Saint Sabina, a virgin, celebrated for virtues and miracles. Quite a list today. These are the men, women, and children who we honor, who we think about each and every day. Hopefully, when we are presented with the same situation where we must defend our faith, we act the same as these men, women, and children did. Thank you all for being here this morning. Thank you all for listening. God bless you.